ratchet out of our system. We've been drinking. I'm sorry. I don't.
Let me tell you something. I tried that shit one time.
Are you trying to rock some stilettos?
I tried to rock some stilettos one time, and it was my equilibrium was off.
How did that shit go?
My equilibrium was off. I took these shits off in the car. We didn't make it inside. We ain't making it inside the club with the stilettos. I feel like it's too much pressure on women. Yo, you ever see some bow-legged heels?
Oh shit! No, I didn't know that's a thing. That's a thing.
You get bow-legged heels.
It's a thing. I would never.
Shit.
I think that was kind of like the moment too. I kind of just solidified like my sexuality because I was like, I'm not doing this.
I'm good. I'm good on this. I'm off this.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look, and Biggs, you probably get attested is like, I used to look at the ladies sometimes and be like, dang, how y'all like the whole time, man? I'm talking about like, especially the line.
Middle toe.
Listen.
over the.
I don't know how they did
The
it.
joint like that.
For real.
It's like in the cold, in the line. Like,
Kobe with them, look, what they used to call is what Beyonce had that freakum drip. Look, that freakum drip. Listen, shout out to Beyonce. That was the epidemic. You had that freakum drip. I just won't tell you and really appreciate you.
Yeah, they was wearing the freakum dresses. I was wearing the vests and the jeans.
But they would be out in the cold with it, though.
with the cold.
Was you? Because I'm cold and I got on the check.
Pumps in the club.
You know, when you out with your girls, like it's a different kind of, you know, so the weather and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little cold, but we going in here, we gonna go ahead, have a good time, get a couple drinks in our system, and you gonna warm up.
That liquor do it every time.
You gonna be all right. But yeah, I had bow-legged stilettos.
Stilettos. Like, I want to Google this image now. Like, a bow-legged stiletto.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like your legs, and then you know you when you don't really know how to properly walk in them. So you know it was giving. It's giving.
It used to like, yeah. Hey, shout out to your toes.
Yeah,
Shout out to your toes.
And shout out to a good VIP section too, because y'all one of them people. Like, I always show and be like, is there a seating?
Yes.
I've been looking for seating. Yeah, because y'all crazy. Nobody sit over here with my feet like this. No.
Man, hey, look, man. Shout out to all the ladies, man. Hey, shout out to our ladies too, by the way. You know what I mean? Valentine's, it's the season. Black love, man. You know what I mean? You know, IAX, we definitely the Black Love DJs. Charlie Rae, I know that you definitely, you know, you're coming up on what, 3 years?
It's 2 married.
Okay.
And 5 together.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at God. And what about you, D?
Whew, man.
You better.
No, you better. So 4 years married, and we've been together. Man, she been stuck with me for about like 7 years almost. 7?
Yeah.
So I don't know how listen, y'all want to go into how y'all met?
I don't know.
Man, like,
What story did you meet?
You remember that episode of Mario when he was like, "Come with me, baby.
come in
To the dumb baby." That's me. And that's how it went in my head. And there's nothing else nobody can say.
Hey, look. Matter of fact, all right, look. I think this is so. What song describes how you met your wife? And I'm gonna go because I know mine. I already know mine. So I've known my wife for 14 years. We were married for 10. And the young song, yeah, you know, shout out to my baby. But one song.
What song?
Is Alicia Keys' "You Don't Know My Name." That's the one.
A little bit about y'all story.
Exactly.
I see it.
All right.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna knock mine out while y'all thinking. But
Hold on. I really.
But for people who don't know, my wife, she called me. She broke the law. Okay, she broke international laws and stole my number off my bank account and called me.
Yeah.
And asked for a date. she gonna hate. She gonna hate you for saying it like that. But
I'm here for women taking a step, though. I'm here for that.
it was the sexiest thing I've ever
You ain't know where it
encountered.
hit you.
Didn't know where it hit me.
You probably was like,
where you want to go?
yeah, let's do it.
Well, you don't know what's something, man. She really just pulled up on me. Like,
Pulled up on you?
what?
Like just ran up on you? Like
I was talking to another young lady, pre my wife, right? Long time ago.
yeah.
But I was at the bar talking to another young lady, and my wife, she just didn't give a damn about none of that. Whatever I had going on at the time, and it was a pull up, and it was like, listen, I'm coming to talk to you. And after that, it was just a wrap. We was inseparable from that point. So it was like,
Next thing you know,
And I want you.
you down the
I
aisle.
see you and I want you. And that's what she did.
And then y'all walk down the aisle.
And we walked down the aisle. And I'm grateful for it because she blessed me.
You know what song that comes to mind? The Boy Is Mine. That's what comes to mind for me.
Okay.
That's what came to mind for me.
Okay.
She loved Brandon.
Shout out to your
Okay.
wifey, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, hey, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah.
about you?
Mine would have to be it. You know what? Now that I think about it, it would have to be Snow Allegra. I Want You Around.
Okay.
Like when I said, when I tell you,
That's a good one.
had me like head over heels. I wrote a whole song and recorded the song about, and it was just like.
Do we need to put it in the mix? Can we put it in the mix?
You can put it in there if you want.
You could definitely throw that in there.
Yeah. So like we met while I was at work. I was her trainer.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out to my trainers out there, all my professional forward trainers.
And you know, I had some other stuff going on at the time, trying to wrap some you know, things up. But
Don't matter.
yeah, I didn't even. And what was crazy was someone told me, and I misinterpreted like what they said. Cause I thought they would come to me on some, oh, you know, she look up to you type. I thought, you know, and then like when I saw her,
Not no
like,
mental.
yeah, I didn't put two and two together. And they start saying like, you know, some other, giving me more details about her. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, you know, cool. She part of the fam. You know, I worked for a very conservative organization at the time, and so then when I saw her again, it was just kind of like, yo, what's up, like. You know, cool. We on some, and then I just was just like, yo, like I like her.
Oh,
I like her. The first time we talked on the phone, we fell asleep on the phone together, and like I was calling her baby, like damn one.
girl, man.
I need that.
I remember I struggled to tell my I didn't know how to tell my wife that I loved her the first time. I didn't know how to do it. Like I thought,
Like say the words or like
yeah, because I thought it was too early. You know what I mean? Because it was like
You didn't want to be the first one to say it?
Yeah, I didn't want to be the first one to say it. I think that's what it was.
Why? You were scared?
I think it was ego, me just being young. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it was, but I just didn't want to be the one. But I did. And my boy actually helped me out because he was like, man, just tell her how you feel, bro. Just as simple as that. And I told her, I was like, I think I'm in love with you.
I think I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you.
She was like, I think I love you too. It was the corniest moment, man.
Yeah, with it.
That's beautiful though.
I'm in love with you.
That's beautiful though. I feel like true like love, especially in Black love. There's a vulnerability that comes along with that, and when you feel comfortable enough to be able to express those innermost thoughts with that individual, I think that says a lot. Because think about it, we want to keep a certain image of ourselves, and we don't want to seem like a simp. We don't want to. But I'm telling y'all right now, that corny, gushy, mushy love, that's winning. Yeah. It's winning.
I know that's right.
It's winning. So to all my people out there, if you have somebody that you interested in or whatever, and you think that buying them flowers is corny or writing them a handwritten note is corny, it is not. I'm telling you.
They love that shit. See, my boy, like, hey.
I second that. I triple that. Whatever you can, whatever, quadruple that. I mean that. I stand behind that because that's the little things that's gonna get you ahead. It ain't
The subtle shit.
It ain't the bags. It ain't the clothes. It ain't whatever you think it is. The money, all that. The trips. It ain't all that. It's the little things. It's like, oh, how was your day today? You thought about my day.
You know that's consideration. She considering it. So I think that definitely is a key to longevity.
See,
like you never lose it.
That brings up another question, right? So what is the subtleties that your partner loves? I'm gonna drop mine while y'all thinking. So my wife, one thing that she loves a clean house. So if I do something, like if she leaves and it's like a little junky, I'll straighten up. So when she come home and she see a clean home, that's some shit that she be like, oh, I see that you're doing things.
Yeah.
Try to keep it clean and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just one little subtlety, but that was just something that came to mind.
That's corny. I think for me, I think there are a lot of them.
It's a lot.
But one of the biggest ones I can pick out of all of those are would have to be cooking.
I mean, but that's easy though.
No. Let me tell you, like,
Charlie's
because
the chef, by the way.
I started I was on a vegan journey. Like I was in my vegan bag when I met her.
Okay.
So I'm just like experimenting with stuff and was asking her like what kind of stuff she likes to eat. My wife is very healthy. She's a very healthy eater, and one of her favorite things to eat is like salmon with like sweet potatoes and like veggie. So I cooked it and it was still piping hot when she got off work to come get it. Like she literally was sitting in the parking lot like eating some of her food.
Okay.
So to me, I think it's the cooking aspect.
Okay.
And I put a lot of love in my food.
Look, and just so y'all know, and it tastes like love too. I ain't glad to y'all, boy. This one.
Don't try to bribe me to make me feel good so I can bring y'all something to eat next time.
So we're looking for the strip. Yeah, we expecting the strip and grits next time. What about you, Biggs, man?
Man, listen, I can think of so many different things, but really acknowledging my wife's feelings and really listening to her is something very integral to her. Like she really magnifies that as like, hey, you're not, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to me. So I try to make sure I do a better job of that. Sometimes I'll be honest, I'm not my best at it at all times, but I try to make sure that I'm mindful of it, right? And that I do acknowledge how she actually feels. And first, before I even get defensive or if she says something to me that I may not like or I may not agree with at the particular time, I'll be like, wait a minute. First, let me try to acknowledge and let me see where she's coming from. And then just try to listen to her because, she'll tell me to do something. You know how life is, work is. Sometimes you be like, dang, I was about to do this. Yeah. But then it's like, you got to come back around and say, hey, just be transparent. Don't try to spin it to be like, make it seem crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
Lord, that's the worst thing you can do.
Yo, listen. My wife, she is not going for that. You know what I mean? And she's a strong black woman.
Hold on.
So
I'm sorry. I gotta go. I gotta look away because I know she listened.
Listen, but she is a strong black woman that I love that. I feel like I need that. Like I want our daughter to be, raised with that. Those values. Like, listen, I'm not taking, I'm gonna let you know how I feel, and I'm not gonna feel littler than I'm supposed to feel because I feel this way. Yeah. Like it's definitely like she's gonna make sure like her opinion, and she's not gonna feel small in the room. You know what I mean? So she's definitely somebody that's taught me to like make sure I'm attentive to people's actual feelings and not just brushing over it, just sidestepping it, acknowledging an individual's feelings rather than just kind of glossing over and just moving to the next thing. So
understanding.
Yeah. And I'm gonna piggyback on that because shout out once again to all the corporate trainers out there, all my educators out there. But no, I'm just to speak on evaluative feedback. And I know anyone who's been in that field knows what evaluative feedback is all about. And I think that piggybacks on that in a sense, because you're not only just hearing what she's saying, you're evaluating it and you're putting it into practice. So I think that's cool, and I think that goes to it as a testament to any couple out there. I mean, if you are not married yet, if you months in, a few weeks in, 20 years in, I think anybody can attest to that. Which takes me to my final question, which is like, when you think about, and this is a very generic question, okay? This is something that we've asked people. This is something that people, I'm sure, have asked y'all. What makes a successful? What makes a successful relationship? And I'm talking about just one thing. Just one thing.
I would say having the difficult conversations when you don't want to have the difficult conversations, or just having them, period. You know what I mean? Having communication. I feel like communication is what is going to make it successful. Even when you feel like, I know she going to wild out, or I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. Hey, babe, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. You right. You right. You know how hard it is to be like, yo, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? You know you.
I can feel that, bro.
Right.
I felt that for you right there. No?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm wrong. You know what? I told. Listen.
Y'all better listen. Y'all better listen to my guy.
This is real.
Listen to my guy here.
Perfect example. Today. This is today. So my wife wants to make sure that I put the bottles up after we feed our daughter her milk, or we're trying to train her or wean her off the bottle, right?
How is your daughter, by the way? She's
She'll be 18 months on the 25th.
Gotcha.
She's 17 months, right? So, So basically, she isn't supposed to be drinking from the bottle anymore, according to the doctor, our last doctor visit, right? So I'm in the trenches. I'm trying to feed my daughter her milk by any means necessary. So I see the bottle, and I know I ain't supposed to give her this bottle, but she want the bottle. She's going to drink out of the bottle. She's going to drink it quick, right? And feed herself and nourish and all that, right?
I know where it's going.
But so my wife comes downstairs this morning. She's like, "Oh, I see you got see you gave her the bottle, huh?" So I'm like, "Dang, I know." I said, "Babe, I'm sorry. I know I wasn't supposed to give her a bottle. I'm studying right now. I know I wasn't supposed to give her a bottle." I said it just like that. I know I wasn't supposed to give her a bottle, but we was moving quick. But wanted to give her breakfast and all that stuff quick. So I say that all that to say, when you're wrong, quickly acknowledge that you're wrong and move past it and try to get better. You know what I mean? Take action and actually try to get better.
It's true.
Because that's one thing that I know, in our relationship, it's just been, integral. And we have our conversations where, if we're not happy with something, we just kind of voice it and we talk about it. And we like, hey, what do you think I could do better to kind of, help the situation or make this a little bit better for you? You know what I mean? So it's not, I hate when people be like, oh, I feel like I'm selling if I'm married or blah, blah, blah. No, I feel like in any relationship, it's going to be a constant communication. It's constant dialogue. It's constant, like, you're learning each other. Like, this person may be a totally different person 2 years from now. You know what I mean? We grow, things change in our life, careers, our life goals, our just personal goals, our spiritual goals. So that person may be a completely different person. So I try to, make sure, like, hey, I still try to treat it like, hey, it's our first year together. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm still trying to get to know her. I'm asking her questions like, hey, I find myself asking questions. Well, why did you do this? Or what makes you like, a certain, ketchup or sauces? Like, why you do your sauces like this? So just to kind of keep it like, refreshing. I feel like you just gotta constantly be willing to want to learn the new version of your wife.
Oh, that's deep. I like that. Am I next? Okay. Your question was what makes the marriage successful?
What's one thing that makes you successful?
I would say creating the space. And I'm gonna say creating the space because I feel like that is all encompassing.
Charlie been dropping bars.
So if you want a marriage that is full of healthy communication, create the space for healthy communication. If you want a marriage that is full of love, create the space for love. Create the space where you can thrive in that and your spouse can thrive in that. I feel like a lot of times couples, whether married, relationship, monogamous relationship, whatever, I feel like a lot of times we put these expectations, but we don't create the space for it to happen. An example, and I'm not saying that everybody is like this, but it's
talk.
We watched a lot of Real Housewives of Atlanta, so reruns. But one of the things that I can say is that people want their spouse to be a certain way. You know, you want your spouse to make sure dinner is done. You want your spouse to make sure it's a clean home. But you don't create the space for them to be able to do that or to thrive in that area. So I would have to say creating the space for whatever it is, healthy communication, for more love, more joy, experiences, whatever. Create what you want.
I love that. Dog. Spin, dog. Like, look, Charlie, you in your bag today. Big bag. Man, so I guess it's on me. So I'm gonna piggyback on both of y'all. The biggest thing that I would say is understanding that you shouldn't change. You should only evolve with your partner. I think that it's a big difference between evolving and changing on somebody, because you fall in love with your partner. You fall in love with her because she's a certain way, all right? And that's she's always gonna be that way. And as soon as she starts changing away from some of those subtleties, those characteristics, that personality, then that's when you could, I think, fall out of love potentially. And in contrast to just evolving, them just being that same person and probably tweaking a couple of things about themselves. Like one thing about my wife, right? For example, she's the type of person that she likes changes. She likes to switch things up every once in a while. And that's looked differently for her over the years, where she would want to switch up a different job, right? But now her thing is that she wants to switch up the house every once in a while, right? And that's annoying to me sometimes, right? Because I don't be knowing where shit at. You know what I mean? But
don't say if it ain't broke, don't fix.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm talking about, like, where the fuck I need to flush the damn toilet. But anyway, but long story short, I just think that as long as you are, and this goes for us as well, we should never change who we are. You know what I'm saying? We should only be evolving, and trying to be the best person that we can be in that certain season of your relationship. To piggyback on your point, because somebody, old head told me this a long time ago. Your marriage is different seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like me and my wife right now, we're in season 2. Like, our relationship looks totally different from season 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was wild boy. You know what I'm saying? So, but now it's like season 2 is just it's focus. It's us. It's the positivity, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That is that's probably gonna look different from season 3. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. You know what I mean? But either way, you evolve with that. You don't change.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's me.
I will say this though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Marriage is lit.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
And I get, people are out here on their journeys, whether you're single or you're dating around or what have you. But people talk about, the fizz, we done fizzed out a little bit. Marriage is what you make it, and it's gonna be what you put into it. So if you fall into those routines and you're not really progressing or evolving or whatever, shame on you. Like, it's what you make it. Like, I'm not going to negate the fact that we as individuals, we are constantly evolving. We're constantly changing. Yeah. My wife, when I met her and when she met me, we're not the same people that we were.
Right.
But the one thing is, we have a mutual love and a mutual respect for each other, and we created the space for each of us to grow, whatever that may be. And if it's something that you don't like, y'all communicate about it. Like, it ain't even that deep at the end of the day.
I love that create the space shit though. Like that was a bar. That was a bar.
Think about it. You see on TV a lot of times, and I'm just using this because I know this is like more of a heteronormative type situation, and not picking on men or anything like that, but you see a lot of times men will say, well, I want my wife to do this, that, and the third, and she's still gonna work 8 hours a day. Your wife is working 8 hours a day, which I'm not saying it can't be done, but your wife is working 8 hours a day, and she gotta come home, she gotta tend to the kids, she gotta tend to the house, she gotta tend to dinner, she gotta tend to all these things, and you expect for all those things to be done when you walk in the house. How selfish of you is that?
Yeah.
You don't say, honey, don't worry about it. Like, I got the kids, I'll make sure they got that. Like, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
So that's what I say, like, create the space that you want. If you want to be able to spend more time with your spouse and you feel like they work too much, retire them. What we talking about?
Right.
Like, it ain't rocket science.
Hey, no, you spent that's
It ain't rocket science. You know, and this is coming from a woman. So, you know, and too, I will say this to my ladies out there. Take care of your men. Take care of your spouse. Because they deal with things.
I just want 5 courses, baby.
Because y'all deal with things, especially black men, y'all deal with a lot of things out in the world. And when you come home, that should be a safe space. It should be a safe space for you. It should be a safe space for your spouse. So I will say this, ladies, it's not just the men that we got to do it too. You know, it's a partnership. So we in this thing together.
Yeah, that partnership thing, that's so big, especially when you involve children. And
absolutely
too, because boy, them kids, listen.
They tell you out.
It's one of them where they kind of like, they just don't play around, man. They don't really care. You know, they like, hey, this dad. You know, they don't care if I'm, DJ and I done DJ'd all day. They don't care. Look, she ready to play. You know what I mean? And, I feel like, the partnership, you take your turn and that person should come in and just relieve and help, what they can. If you see that person has been with them all day long with the kids, it's like, hey, let me step in and see what I can do. Just take initiative, I think initiative goes a long way.
It do.
When you say, women, listen, fellas, when you love initiative, right? You say, listen,
I'm telling you, bro.
Put your clothes on, we going here. Don't ask them. Like, look, get up. We going here. I got you ain't even gotta tell them got a whole reservation. Just say, put some clothes on. Come on.
You know how she gonna respond? Okay, Zaddy. She like, okay, Zaddy.
She will get them like this.
And it's gonna be my man.
Right.
Okay?
I'm trying to put you down.
Okay.